Right, third time lucky. I hope this works. Hi guys, good morning. Happy Thursday to you all. So I'm just sitting in my kitchen and I've just got Artie out of the bath actually. My Wi-Fi wasn't playing ball, so this is third time lucky. Happy Thursday morning. I hope everyone is well and you're having a really lovely Thursday. It is gorgeous, it's sunny and it's bright. Morning Adele. And it is a glorious day. So I want to talk to you guys about just asking the question. I was talking to someone this morning on the phone and we were talking about sponsoring and we were talking about growing your team. And we were talking about, that urge to just ask the question and how important it is. And I was talking to Tam, it was actually Tam I was talking to. And one of the things that she said was, you know what, the month when I sponsored the most people was when I got brave and I just asked the question, because we were talking about people that I'd asked to join. I said to her, I've already had 4 join conversations this month that are like good join conversations. They are join conversations where people are considering the opportunity seriously. And I know there's lots of you in here that would really like to grow your team or you would really like to sponsor somebody to help you promote up the ladder. But it's about asking that question and getting into the habit of asking the question regularly. And sometimes we don't do that. Like, be completely honest. How many join conversations have you maybe had this month? Maybe you've only had like 1 or 2. Maybe you've had none. Maybe you've not even posted about the join opportunity. Maybe you haven't even looked and seen that we've got an enhanced kit this month, and for the £85 kit you actually get an extra 3 bars of wax this month, which is the summer collection. I only realised that on the 2nd, and I hadn't really paid much attention to what was going on, and suddenly I thought, do you know what, this is where in our mindset we need to get into a habit of this sell to our customers and trying to get them to host parties and trying to get them to join, and then coaching them to do the same. It really is that simple, but we complicate it, and I don't know why we complicate it. We complicate asking people to join our teams, and I'm terrible for it. I definitely overthink who I'm asking. I overthink who I've asked before. I overthink the conversations a little bit too much. So I'm just going to give you a couple of things that you could do this month to help you be able to grow your team, because realistically it is a numbers game. I don't like to say that. I don't like to think of our business as a numbers game, but it is a numbers game. The more people you ask, the more likely you are to find a new team member. The more people you ask for referrals, the more likely you're going to find new people that are going to be added to your customer group. The more people you ask if they need extra wax, the more likely someone is going to say yes. It's about asking those questions. And sometimes we've asked the question to everybody in our network, and then now it's about finding those new people, which is where our focus lies for this month. Artie, turn it down a little bit, please. That focus lies for this month in growing your customer base, because ideally, if that customer base grows, you're going to have more people to ask the questions to, right? Whether that's a join question, whether that's to have a party, whether that's to host a borrow bag, whether that's to, join your team, whether that's to order a 6-pack of wax. That's the whole point. We need more customers so that we can make that possible. Okay, for that to happen, you don't want to be asking the same people to join your team over and over and over again. Tell me below, there are some of you probably that have asked the same people to join maybe 10, 11, 12 times. Now, I'm not saying you stop asking those people, because there are some people that it took me 2, 3, 4, 5 years to be able to get them to say yes to join. And I don't ever want to stop asking those people. But sometimes you've got to take your focus off of those people and look at fresh. And that's where growing your customer base comes in to play so much. And it's so important to grow your customer base, to keep adding those customers in so that you've got fresh people to have those conversations with. So here's some things that I've been looking for before I ask people this month. My aim is to ask one person every single day to join my team in May. That rhymes. I'm rhyming without even realising it. So I need at least 30 people lined up. Now, a lot of the time I'm thinking daily, who can I ask today? So let me tell you so far who I've asked. On Monday, So on the 1st, I asked a lady, I wanted to close a party and I needed cotton cleanups really badly, right? If anyone's seen my live in my customer group yesterday, I was live with cotton wool balls, and I don't know why, but I get them everywhere. Like, I end up with cotton wool in my nails. And I was being really honest with my customers. I was like, I don't like doing this. This is rubbish. Like, I need cotton cleanups. So I wanted to close the party. So I closed the party on Monday that had £256 credit in it. I ordered 95 cent circles so that I've got them to give out to my customers, 4 packs of cotton cleanups, a 6-pack of wax, and I don't know, something else, a couple of bulbs. And I ordered that. Now, I was closing that party and I reached out to somebody who had said they would join this month. And I said to her, I'm about to close this party. Did you still want to sign up? And she actually said to me, no, I'm really sorry. The time's just not right at the moment. And I know I said I would join. And I know you were waiting to close a party. She said, I'm really sorry. I've just changed my mind. And I said, not a problem at all. I checked out my party, right? Because I just needed to do it. So that was my first conversation. That was following up with somebody that had said they were thinking about joining. Second conversation on the 2nd was a really simple conversation. I sent a voice note to a customer that had given me all of the flags. So last month, when I deliver my customers' orders on their doorsteps, quite often I stop for a little chat. And it's a really good time to ask people if they want to join. But this particular customer had said to me things had changed. Her circumstances had changed with her job. She had some things going on at home, which meant that she was considering doing something else. So I thought of her. I thought, do you know what? I could close and I've got another party open. So I voice noted this particular customer and I said to her, look, I've got an opportunity. I would love you to join. She's actually said to me, I'm going to go away and I'm going to ask some of my friends and I'm going to see whether they would buy off of me, because a lot of them buy from other people. So that was my second conversation. But it was after a conversation on a doorstep, okay? That's where it all started, on her doorstep. And I said to her, you could always think about joining Scentsy. It literally was just a conversation. It was very casual. At the time, she was like, I'm not really too sure, maybe, you know. And we talked about, it was very light, okay? It was very generalised, very natural conversation. At no point was I like, join my team, you need to join my team. Didn't happen. Then I had a website order from somebody yesterday, and the same lady, I was replacing a bottle of Luna Scentsy Fresh because she couldn't smell it. Now, when I went back and I actually looked at all of her orders when I was looking for her address, she has ordered from me on my website 6 times. And her orders from last month added up to about £150. So in the midst of my email, I went back to her and I said, Sarah, look, I don't know whether you've ever considered it, but the amount you've spent, it would make sense for you to sign up as a customer and have your own consultant ID, and you can place your own orders on your website. I changed the conversation. I didn't talk about building a business. I didn't talk about it being, you know, a business venture, a side hustle. I just flipped the script and said it's a consultant, a bit like an affiliate account, if you like. Flipped the script. I'm waiting for her to come back. So that was conversation number 3. Today, I'm not sure who I'm going to ask. I've got no idea. But you're looking for things. You've got to be listening and looking all the time. If you don't know your customers on a personal level, it becomes really hard to flip the script and them to become really good customers. I've had people just sign up with me randomly before, and some of them have done really, really well and are still here now. But some of them I found it really hard to build a relationship with. And I would really recommend for you to sponsor people, you just need to ask people and build relationships with people. Get to know your customers, get to know their personal circumstances, get to know what's going on in their lives. If you want to build a team, you just need to start asking people. So I'm challenging myself this month to ask 30 people to get 30 no's. So if 4 people decide to join, I've got to ask 34 people because I need to go for 30 no's. I want 30 people to say no to me. Why? Some of you are probably thinking, why do I want people to say no to me? Really simple. When you get used to hearing the word no, it grows this layer of thick skin. It grows this onion layer of thick skin, right? And I love growing a thick skin. You need to be resilient in this type of business, okay? Because people are going to say no. People are going to say no thank you when you offer them a mystery bag. Someone might say no when you offer them a 6-pack of wax. Someone might say no because they don't want to have a party. Someone might say no because they don't want to join your team. You might have 5 people in mind to speak to about all those different things and get 5 no's in one day. Now, if you can't cope with hearing the word no, you're then going to be like, oh my God, I'm a failure. I'm a failure. You're not, right? You're not a failure. No one's a failure just by going for the word no. Actually, it's about being resilient and being like, no isn't no right now, okay? Yes, it's a no right now. It is, as Georgie would say, but it's not a no forever. Another customer has just messaged me. So this morning, I've asked somebody to join. Here we go. I forgot I'd even had this conversation. So this morning, my customer said to me, I bought a present for my neighbour. One of the flowers that I've just bought from you is for my neighbour. I'm going to introduce her to Scentsy. So I said to her, why don't you just sign up as a consultant and then she can buy through you? She's just come back to me and said, I would, but I haven't read the rest of her message. It just popped up. These are just conversations. In my mind, I am thinking, let's just ask people. Now, you're not a failure if people say no. It's just part of the process. And you've got to get that in your head. It's just part of the process. It's just you. I want you to find no's. I want you to get people to say no to you. My challenge to you this week is to have 7 join conversations and get 7 no's. If someone says yes, have 8 conversations. You need 7 no's by the end of this week. Now, if you don't want to build a team, you can apply this to finding new customers. You can apply this to having Facebook parties. You can apply this to getting your borrow bag out there. There's so many different things you can apply it, but you've got to ask the question. Okay? And I think in our heads, we feel like we've asked everybody, right? I feel like I've asked every single customer. Have I asked every single customer? No, I haven't. Yeah, I might have sent a blanket email out to all of my whole customer base. Yes, I've done that. Has that email probably been ignored by, 600 people that have ever bought from me? Yes, that's not a problem. It isn't an issue, okay? Because it just means they might not have seen it today. It just means that right now in their personal circumstances, it might not be the right time to join or to buy or to order. But you being consistent with doing these things is going to keep you in their mind. If you never ask anybody to join, or you never post about the join opportunity, or you never say you can come and do this alongside me and you want to grow a team, people will not know that you're building a team. They're not going to know that you're building a team. And I tell you, it is the worst pain in the world. It's not the worst pain in the world, that's a little bit dramatic, but it's really not a very nice feeling when somebody that's a customer of yours goes and joins with somebody else. I've had that before. And it was a really tough pill to swallow, especially when you've introduced them to Scentsy. Maybe they've bought warmers from you, they've had your borrow bag, and then they go and sign up with somebody else because you didn't ask them to join. You didn't ask them to join your team. And then you find out that they hit certified in like 3 days, 5 days, or a month. And you could have hit an incentive because you didn't ask them to join your team. When you think about it like that, this isn't on them going to join somebody else. We all get that annoyance, right? I was really angry. I was like, oh my God, she's going to join somebody else. But then I backtracked and I thought, I never asked her to join. I never offered her a join kit for 20 quid. I never, suggested to her that she could have her own business. I never suggested to her. And do you know why? I'm just thinking of one customer in particular. This has happened to me a few times. And in this particular customer, it was because she lived in a big house. And I thought, she wouldn't want to join Scentsy. I assumed for her that she wouldn't want to join Scentsy. The same as we assume people haven't got the money to buy a diffuser. Some of my best customers are probably not some of my richest customers. Do I know their financials? Nope. Do I see that they're moaning about the price of food on their social medias? Maybe sometimes. But sometimes those people are the richest people in the world because they're sitting on loads of money and they just don't want to spend it. I assume somebody doesn't want to buy an air purifier. I assume somebody doesn't want to join a Scentsy business. Why not? Why not? Don't assume anybody wants to join. Okay? Be that person that asks the question. Get into a mindset of building a habit to ask people to join your team. Now, if you get to a point where you've asked all of your customers, all 30 of your customers, you've said, I've asked them if they want to join, they've all said no. The next step is to find new customers. Keep servicing the ones you've got, because one day, some of them will join. My best friend was a customer, had 4 parties for me. She's not, and it took 2.5 years for her to sign up to Scentsy. She sold Scentsy for a year in lockdown, and then she's gone back to work, so things have changed, and she's now passed all of her customers on to me. I've got new customers from it. I've got new people to ask to join Scentsy from it. It's all good. It's all good in the hood. But 2.5 years. 2.5 years, I asked her. 2.5 years, she had a party every single season for me. Every single season. And I said to her, every single season, do you want to join on this party? No, thank you very much. I don't want to be a consultant. You'd be a great consultant. You're a graphic designer. No, it's not for me. And then she came to me in lockdown and said, I'm thinking about joining Scentsy. I nearly fell off my bar stool. I literally nearly dropped my cup of tea on the floor. I was like, oh my God, yes, I get Scentsy with my bestie. And do you know what's really nice? Is even though she doesn't sell Scentsy now, we can still talk about things like that. She gets things. She gets when I'm having a bad day, I can unfold on her and unreel on her, and she's there for me like a bestie should be, right? So, but I asked and asked and asked for 2.5 years. That's the point. You've got to ask the question. Ask the question. Don't be spammy. Only ask people that you know. Don't go and ask people that you don't know. Don't go and ask random people. Well, you can if you want, but I promise you, the response I tend to give people when they ask me to join their business in my inbox and they don't know me is not very pleasant. Or I am pleasant, but I'm a little bit like, this is not how you should do it. Build relationships with people. Get to know your customers. Ask the question. Build relationships with people. Get to know their life circumstances. Ask the question. Take an order from a customer. Ask the question. See that a customer's ordering lots. Ask the question. Get into a habit. Send the email once a week. Ask people to join. Let them know you've got a join opportunity. Let them know you're closing a party. You can join for £50 on every £245 order. Do you know that if you live in America? Do you know that if you live in Mexico? Do you know if you live in Australia? Do you know if you live in Amsterdam? Do you know if you live in Spain, France, Germany? You can join my team. Did you know that? And if you don't know that and you know that you've got friends in all of those places, I'm telling you now, get a teamie that's in one of those places and that starts building, you will make money in your sleep. Imagine having a team in Australia that when you go to bed, your team in Australia are working, building, growing their Scentsy business and smashing it. You'll be snoring away and you might have just made like 50 quid in your sleep. That's the dream, right? That's the dream. So, I'm not just saying don't recruit in the UK, by the way. I'm saying like, do you know that all these places are open everywhere? Now, if you commented, I'm really sorry. I might not be seeing comments. They're not showing up. So I apologise. But go and ask the question. Go and ask the question. Get into a habit. I challenge you, one person a day for the whole of May. Ask them to join your team. And if you really need to grow your customer base, meet one new person a day. Using the tips that I'm sharing in here every single day, meet one new person a day. Now, if you would like a challenge for this week from me that's personal to you, inbox me on Messenger or WhatsApp if you've got my number, and I will send you a personal challenge. Inbox me. I'm going to put that up as a post in a moment. But anyway, have a great day, guys. Go and ask the questions, and I'll speak to you soon.